When I was in 12th grade, they went on strike in like the end of April, beginning of May. So everyone in my 12th grade year lost a whole year, like a whole month of schooling. And the teachers who were on the picket line, teachers tend to suck. I try my best as me, I don't suck it. That's fair, as long as you're trying, but some of my teachers never tried. They didn't give a shit. They would just give up. Block boost. Like my teachers went on strike at end April, beginning May, and like the teachers who were on the picket line were the teachers who really did not deserve more money. I mean, they're like the computer science teacher standing there so he could teach kids nothing about programming. That guy did not teach anything to do with computer science. That dude's class, if he wasn't a math teacher, that dude's class would have been a free solid C grading for you. This computer science teacher never actually taught like anything to do with computers, anything to do with like programming, unless you're one of those kids that was like super into it and super like really want to learn it. Then he might teach you a couple basic things. But if you just took his class and you weren't this like super overly excited guy who was like, you know, riding his wiener, he would like you would basically just learn math in his class, and that was it. He was just a glorified math teacher, even though he's a computer science teacher. And it's not like he wasn't a programmer. Like he had programming experience. He could program stuff. He just didn't want to teach anybody it. So like, no, he'd spend more time trying to convince the girls who sat in his lunchroom who were in his room at lunch to sit on his lap, and he spent more time as opposed to teaching kids how to actually do computer stuff. So if you took computer science in my high school, it's completely useless. You go to college and have no idea how to do anything. What is this? Is that a sponge? What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because he used to open his room up for lunch. So this teacher used to open his room up for lunch to let kids inside to play Halo CE on like the local connection. But he always had these girls in his room as well that would just stand around and talk to him and play music, and they would dance. They would dance sometimes. And one time when I was in there eating lunch, one of the girls wanted to watch a YouTube video, and she was standing, and he goes, "Oh, is it standing uncomfortable? Why don't you just sit on my lap?" And the funny part was I knew the girl. We shared a babysitter. Like, I knew this girl, too. I'm like, he'd also show up to school super early, and these girls would be in his room as well, so I don't know what that guy, but it's okay, because he was fighting for more pay. That was the teacher fighting for more pay, the teacher that had a little girl sitting on his lap. That was the same teacher who was fighting for more cash. Isn't that a joke? And they got it. They got that more pay. They're on strike for a whole month, though. Look at all the chicken. It's my greatest dream. Surrounded by meat. You know, my teachers didn't deserve shit. One of the teachers on strike was also my English teacher for 10th and 11th grade. God, she was horrible. Worst English teacher ever. She was like your stereotypical English teacher, where she's like, you know, Shakespeare's the greatest narrative writer of the world. Like, and Shakespeare can't write shit. You must self-mastery. You must acquire self-mastery. You must, like, The sad part was she'd always talk about stuff like self-mastery and all this stuff, but really she was a massive hypocrite because she played favorites. Like, she used to be like, "Oh, you have to do the work to succeed in my class. There's no other way. There's no other, like, thing." It's like, but you play favorites. You go way easier on the girls who are clearly kissing your ass and the guys who are clearly kissing your ass than the people who aren't kissing your ass. You're a hypocrite. I had to call her out one time because we got in trouble in class. I got mad at some kid for not doing work, and she started defending them, so I had to call her out. I'm like, "Yo, aren't you the one who said do the work? Now you're fine with kids not doing the work?" Like, I had to call her out. She started talking to me very slowly after that. She was very cautious of her words after I did that to her. No, my teachers were fucking garbage. The epitome of what it means to have a bad school system. Just garbage teachers. Oh, hey, Rosary. Bonk. Horrible teachers. That computer science teacher wasn't even the creepiest teacher. We had others. We had many.